Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Ninjaxtx, and welcome to the 54th video in my fifth round of philosophy videos. I've searched for a way to wind up this series I've been doing on the talk, or more specifically, to talk about racism and what's going on today. Um, the fact of the matter is, I can't wind this up because racism is an institutional issue. It is a systematic issue. It is something that will never go away unless we educate ourselves. And when I say ourselves, I don't mean white people need to educate themselves when it comes to black people. I don't mean that black people need to educate themselves when it comes to Asians. I don't mean that. I don't mean we need to. I, I mean, I don't mean that we need to educate each other about each other's race. Because when it comes down to it, we're all one race. The human race, which I've told you, which I've said that to you guys before. But I don't think you know where that came from. Let me give you a little bit of my background. Or let me tell you how this happened. My mother, who was a foster mother, and we had kids come into our home that were black. We had Caucasians. We had Asians. We had um, Pacific Islanders. We had I want to say one time there was even a Southeast Asian family in there. I don't ever think that my foster mom, who later became my adopted mom, saw color. She just saw need, and this is what's in me because I was raised around it. If I see a need, if I see someone in pain, if I see someone hurting, I do what I can to help that person. I do what I can to give them a hand to say, hey, I'm here for you if you need anything. It is not my job to educate those that experience white privilege about racism. It's just not my job because no matter what, no matter what nationality you are, no matter what ethnicity you are, we're all here for a reason. We're all here trying to accomplish the same thing here on earth. And it is not my job to stop you and say, hey, that's racist. It is not my job to say, hey, that's bigotry. These things are common sense. If you treat someone differently because of the color of their skin, that's ignorance. If you treat someone differently because of their uh, disability, that's ignorance. If you treat someone differently because of their religion, that's ignorance. Everyone has the right to be here, and if you see something wrong, do what you can to call it out and make it right. Why do we do this? We do this so that the next generation doesn't have to do it. When you look at the civil rights movement, the same thing that happened during the civil rights movement is happening now. And it astounds me because I've had people that are of different races say, well, the protests that happened during the Black Lives Matter movement, or as a result of the Black Lives Matter movement, and the death of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and all of that. Okay. That, if you say that that protest or those protests set back the civil rights movement, no, that just shows you that the civil rights movement is still going on. It and I shudder to say this, and I know I'm going to lose a lot of viewers for this. I don't really care because this needs to be said. The civil rights movement never stopped. Because if you're of a different race, or excuse me, if you're of a different ethnicity that's not Anglo-Saxon, you don't really understand what it's like. And it is not my job to educate you on what it's like to be discriminated against. It is not my job to educate you on what it is like to experience racism. It is your responsibility as an American. It is your responsibility as a human being to learn what that is like, to actually sit down and talk to people and figure out what's going on, figure out where you fit in to fix the problem, figure out if you were contributing to the problem at one time, figure out how you can stop contributing to the problems. And a lot of people say, well, don't you think this woke, and I brought this up a couple of weeks ago. Well, a lot of people say, well, don't you think this woke culture and this idea of cancel culture is going a little too far? And I'll say it again, hell no. I don't think it's not about the woke culture. It's not about the cancel culture. It's about being responsible and taking responsibility for your stupidity. Taking responsibility for your ignorance and trying to change it. And saying, hey, I made a mistake. And not just saying because it's a good sound bite, not just saying it because it's politically correct, because being politically correct is not even an issue. Being being a human being and knowing the difference between right and wrong, that's the issue. When you know the difference between right and wrong and you still do wrong, what the hell does that say about you? When you know the difference between right and wrong and you change the wrong so it looks right, or change the right, or change the wrong so it looks right so you become popular? No. It's that's not that's not what it's about. It's about the golden rule if you really think about it, because you want to be treated as your brother and sister would be treated. You want to be treated as fairly and as equal to anybody else out there. You want the same shot as your more affluent counterparts. You want the same opportunities given to those, given to the fortunate, given to the less fortunate. That's what this is about. You want the ability to walk around in freedom without the threat of danger because of your skin color, because of your ethnicity, because of your religion, because of your sexuality, because of whatever. You want to walk around in safety. You want to walk around and not be judged. Martin Luther King said it best. You don't judge the people by the color of their skin. You judge them by the content of their character. And right now, unless we do something to change it, the character of the world is going to hell. And a lot of people are doing something to change it. But who are you to sit in judgment of those people and say, well, that's wrong, I don't understand it? Why don't you understand it? Because you're not there. You don't feel it. And those of us that do feel it are not sitting idly by anymore. A lot of us want things to change. I'm going to give you a prime example of my foster mother once again. My foster mother, as I said, when she started taking in foster kids, they were from all walks of life and all backgrounds. And I remember there was a situation where or someone had gotten into it because of my disability and my physical challenges. And I had one of my foster brother that was staying up with us at the time, and I think one of my foster sisters may have gotten into it with a classmate of mine. I remember my mother coming up to school, and she sat all of us down, all of us that were in that altercation. And this was, I think I was about, could have been 19 years old. She sat us down after school it was, she was supposed to have a meeting, but for some reason they didn't have the meeting, so she just took us home. And when she took us home, as a matter of fact, I think we were in the car. I don't even think we had gotten home yet. But I say, and I'm rambling on for a minute because I'm trying to remember the nuances of it. But I can tell you the discussion that we had. When she called us all to the table, she said this: it doesn't matter what nationality you are, what your physical capabilities are. If your brother and your sister is being hurt, and you see an injustice and a chance to flip the switch on how a person thinks, and a chance to flip the switch on how a person behaves, and a chance to change that hatred that the person may have in their heart. Use that as a teachable moment. Use that as a way to teach them and I'm paraphrasing this part. Use that opportunity as a teachable moment and a way to teach a better path. I have friends and family from all walks of life. They may not be my blood, they may not have my last name, but I have friends and family from all walks of life. And to see people that look like them getting hurt, to see people that look like me getting hurt, to see people that are of my same belief system getting hurt, or of my same upbringing getting hurt just because of the color of their skin, the religion, whatever, the sexual orientation, whatever. To see your fellow man get hurt and do nothing about it, you're just as guilty as the person that is doing the hurt. Whether that hurt be physical, whether that hurt be emotional, whether that hurt be politically, not political, but a social breakdown. Because there are politicians, and yes, I'm gonna use this. There are politicians that know right from wrong, but because it's not popular with their party right now, or because it's not popular with, because it's not popular for their party right now, they don't want to do the right thing. They want to go along party lines, and if we go along party lines for too long and let the hate breed and fester, the darkness will take over. Now, we've had a moment. We've had several moments. And do I think those moments will end anytime soon? No. I don't think this I don't think the talk will ever be over. I don't think the talk will ever end. But what we do need to do is be respectful of each other, be respectful of each other's feelings, call whatever, call, call, call racism what it is, call bigotry what it is, and don't let it be swept up under the carpet anymore. And don't let evil become the popular. Don't let hatred become the popular. Because we all just need to come together and love each other, yes. But we need to treat each other with respect and common sense. And remember the golden rule. Treat each other as you want to be treated. And where I differ with that. Treat each other as you want to be treated, but treat them better as you were treated before. Also, if you want respect, you've got to carry yourself as you want respect, and you've got to give respect to those that give you respect. You've got to demand respect from those who refuse to respect you as a man, woman, child. But you also have to act and have to carry yourself with respect and honor. You don't have to lower yourself just to be popular. You don't have to lower yourself to a level of hatred just to get over on people. Getting over on people might get you up on the mountain for a while, but eventually you fall down that mountain. Who's going to be there to catch you? So no, ladies and gentlemen, this talk will never be over. But I can only hope that with this 10-part series that I've done, it's given somebody the wherewithal to go and educate themselves on what's going on, to go and treat their brothers and sisters better than they were treated, to go and just respect each other and treat each other with common sense. And to my brothers and sisters out there that are watching this video, no matter what race, creed, ethnicity, just whatever y'all are, whatever we are, let's remember we are all the human race and we deserve respect. Let's remember that we are all products of love, and that we were not, I say this again, we were not brought in this world to hate. We were taught that, and as soon as we can teach each other a better way and use these moments as teachable moments to learn a better path, and then we take that better path, this world will be a better place. If not for us, if not for and remember, if not for the previous generation going through what they went through, we wouldn't be here today. And now that these things have come back around to us, we have to make sure it doesn't seep into the next generation. Anyway, I hope that made sense for you guys. I hope that touched someone's heart. I hope that made someone think about how they may be living life. Peace, take care of yourselves and each other. And we're one love. If you guys have any questions, comments, requests, etc., please drop them down on my YouTube account, or if you know how to get in touch with me on any other form of my social media, including my Twitter, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Instagram, or any other form of our social media, please feel free to do so there. Thank you guys for watching. God bless. I will see some of you tomorrow for my Chairbound Streamers series session at 11:45. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now. I'm out.